In just 6 months, yes, 6 months, Canada signed 7 major intercontinental export deals. That's tens of billions of dollars in contracts. They're shipping everything from natural gas and lumber to wine and clean minerals to Europe and Asia. And while Canadians toast with their wine deals in Vancouver, in towns like Toledo, Omaha, and St. Louis, people are asking if they'll even have work next week. So today, let's walk through exactly what's happening, not in vague economic terms, but in plain talk. And most importantly, let's ask, what does it mean for the American worker? And where do we go from here? News number 1. LNG, liquefied natural gas, moves north. Canada's first big win came when LNG Canada inked a deal to ship 14 million tons of natural gas per year to Japan and South Korea. This gas runs through the Coastal GasLink pipeline. What does that mean? It means U.S. ports in Louisiana and Texas, once buzzing with tankers, are eerily quiet. Drivers who used to make good money on international hauls are now forced into local routes, earning 40% less. Maintenance crews are working skeleton shifts. And some engineers? They've been reassigned from mission-critical work to basic pipe checks. What could this lead to? According to energy analysts, this kind of disruption could make U.S. LNG infrastructure economically unviable over time, leading to closures or sell-offs of assets once seen as essential to American energy dominance. News number 2. France, Chile, and Canada tag team on LNG. Then came another blow. Total Energies France partnered with a Canadian project in British Columbia. And you know who's not in the room anymore? American liquefaction plants. Remember those long international tanker routes? Now they're grounded. Drivers who once proudly called themselves citizens of the world now fight to fill up their own gas tanks. What's next? There's an opinion among global trade strategists that U.S. energy exports are becoming less predictable, and that could push more importers toward permanent Canadian contracts. News number 3. Lumber deal with the EU. Under an expanded CETA agreement, Canada signed a massive lumber export deal with Europe. Meanwhile, in the U.S., from Oregon to Idaho, sawmills start in the morning and shut down by early afternoon. There's just no demand. Shifts are cut, insurance plans are slashed, and workers don't know if there's another log coming down the line. Why does this matter? Experts say that once a country becomes a preferred source for a key commodity like lumber, buyers are reluctant to go back, meaning this might be a permanent loss of market share for the U.S. News number 4. Agriculture, grain, soybeans, and wheat. Here's the heartbreaker. For decades, American farms were the backbone of global food exports. But Canada is now exporting soybeans, corn, and wheat to Europe and Asia under new trade partnerships. Grain silos in Nebraska and Kansas are filled to the brim. But trucks aren't showing up. Drivers are parking their rigs. Some haven't logged overtime in months. Warehouse workers clock in to sit on benches. Could this trend stick? There's a version that this shift might lead to generational farm closures in the Midwest. If exports don't return, family farms may be sold off to corporations, changing the agricultural landscape forever. News number 5. Clean minerals, nickel, lithium, uranium. Canada's deals in clean minerals made headlines, especially in the electric vehicle world. Countries looking to source ethically and cleanly are choosing Canada. In Minnesota and Missouri, mines are quiet. Engineers are laid off. EV manufacturers have moved on, citing Canada's transparent environmental certifications. Is this a tipping point? Economists argue that if the U.S. can't streamline its permitting and regulatory standards, it risks losing the clean tech race altogether, minerals, EVs, and beyond. News number 6. Wine and spirits. You might think wine's just a luxury item. But for California and Washington wineries, the EU deal with Canada was a gut punch. Premium bottling lines are idle. Unused bottles are being destroyed. Workers talk about affording rent, not expanding vineyards. Why does it matter? According to trade specialists, reputation loss in premium exports can take decades to repair. A drop in wine contracts today could mean long-term exclusion from international menus and markets. News number 7. Ethanol, corn's golden child, no more. Canada has seized 60% of ethanol exports to Europe. That leaves Iowa and Illinois farmers reeling. They're still growing corn, but without buyers. They've slashed prices by up to 15%. Some are barely breaking even. What's at risk? Agricultural economists warn this could push many farmers into debt spirals, especially those who took out loans assuming long-term export contracts. The ripple effect. What happens next? Across Ohio, Indiana, Nebraska, Pennsylvania, Texas, Missouri, and more, the same story plays out. Factories slowing to a crawl. Canned food producers watching orders dry up. Processing plants dropping to half capacity. Engineers are now taking lower-paying tech jobs. Truckers are stuck doing local loops at a fraction of former pay. Healthcare benefits? Downgraded. Holiday trips? Canceled. College savings? On pause. Could this get worse? According to labor economists, yes. Many see this not as a dip, but a structural shift, a sign that unless major reforms are made, the U.S. could lose its grip on core export markets permanently. So why is Canada winning? Let's break it down simply. Stable tax policy. Predictable contracts. Year-round, reliable ports. Transparent environmental standards. That's what international buyers want. Not just price, peace of mind. No surprise fees. No last-minute rule changes. No hurricanes shutting down ports like in the U.S. Canada simply gets the job done. What does this mean for the U.S.? Trade lawyers warn that the U.S. system, with red tape, inconsistent state laws, and policy swings every election cycle, is driving away international trust. Real people, real consequences. This isn't just economic theory. It's lived reality. In Iowa, ethanol plants that ran 24/7 now operate part-time. In Indiana, beef and dairy exports to Asia are gone. In Missouri, winemakers lay off workers. In Texas, packaging plants run 3 days a week. In Michigan, truckers earn 40% less and can't afford gas. Families are skipping Christmas trips, holding off on medical care, and postponing college dreams. There is an opinion that this isn't just about economics anymore. It's about a fading national confidence. So what's next? If we've already lost lumber, ethanol, and soybeans, what's next? Auto parts? EV batteries? Aerospace components? If America can't offer long-term stability, the next wave might hit green energy, tech exports, or even semiconductors. Experts say, without reform, the U.S. risks becoming a secondary trade option. My take. Look, this isn't about hating on Canada. They're just doing things right. And the world is noticing. But if we don't wake up, if we keep losing trust, then our kids may not just lose jobs. They'll lose belief in the American system. That's the scariest loss of all. It's time we bring predictability back. Let's start playing the long game again. Wrap up. So the next time someone tells you exports are a foreign policy issue, remind them. They're not. They're an American family issue. They show up as empty paychecks, missed doctor appointments, and quiet streets where machines used to hum. Canada's container ships are rolling. And American workers are left wondering, are we still in the game? Or just watching it from the sidelines? If this hits home, if you've seen these changes in your town, speak up. Share this. Because silence won't stop the next contract from slipping away. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Because we're not done yet. There are more stories out there. And you deserve to hear them.